All right, guys. In this video, we're going to look at advanced CSS. Now, I'm not going to go deep into advanced because I think, especially for those of you just starting out, I don't want to get you confused with a lot of things, right? So I think you should focus more going deep into CSS, and I think that's what would focus on going to the basics of CSS, how to align your page, how to structure it, how to use padding and margin and all of that, just to create a beautiful page. I think that should be the major focus. But for future sakes, and yeah, to give you a general overview of everything that has to do with CSS, not everything in total, but at least a touch of almost everything. That's why I created this advanced CSS. This should be for people that are solidified on understanding the basics of CSS and intermediate CSS. Then they can pick up this, because what advanced will make you do is it will make your job easier and faster when you're grounded already, right? So I'll talk more on this as we proceed. So we're going to look at some CSS frameworks. Yeah, there are a couple of them, but we're just going to touch these two, which are Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS. We are just going to do majorly Bootstrap. Tailwind CSS, I won't go much into it. All right. Okay. So let's jump right into it. Okay, CSS frameworks. Yeah. It comprises of several CSS style sheets ready to use by web developers and designers. Um, okay. You can read through this. Cool. So, you just getting an overview of what a CSS framework can help you do. Um, so with the CSS framework, the user has a completed CSS style sheet, and they only have to code the HTML with accurate classes. So for using frameworks, you don't need to create a new CSS file like we've done, all this external style sheets, inline style sheet, internal style sheet. All you need to do is to get the framework installed on your code, and all you need to do is just to add some lines of code to your HTML, and it just works like that, right? So the framework already has classes built in, right? For so many things. All you just need to do is to type in the right line of code and everything will just work. Yeah, I know for a lot of you, you'll be like, this is sweet, this is what I want to do. No, but I advise you to get grounded on CSS first, because if you don't, you will struggle over time. I know you want the easy part, which Bootstrap will give to you, but it makes more sense if you already know how to make the CSS yourself before subscribing to frameworks, right? So what are the advantages of using CSS framework? So developers and designers can use CSS framework to implement various advanced features and visual elements on your website. Form, button, navbar, breadcrumb. Yeah, you're not going to be doing all of this from scratch, right? All of these advanced features will be made available by the framework. Okay, it makes it easy. It makes it simple to create websites compatible with multiple browser and various browser version. This reduces the likelihood of bug. Okay, so it makes it very simple to create websites, right? So it makes it faster also. Yeah, I think this last point drives that developers can quickly generate a user-friendly, visually appealing UI that can be modified throughout the project without starting from scratch. Yeah, I think this should be the major points, major advantage of using CSS framework. You don't have to. CSS takes time. That's why over time you get tired of using CSS. Like you're writing a lot of code to style stuff. So at that level, you need CSS frameworks to make your work easy and fast. All right. Okay. So I think these are the top CSS frameworks: Bootstrap, Tailwind CSS, Foundation, Bulma. There's Chakra UI also. built by a Nigerian. Yeah, I think that's also good. But I think these are the top six CSS framework. You can it's they are easy to adopt anyway, so you can pick up any one of them. But we're going to focus on Bootstrap in the course of this internship. So look at it in the next video.